Hello, and welcome to two hot mess paintings that I don't like. Welcome to my channel. My name is Maida. You're watching Maida Pours, and I just made these, and I don't like them. They're a hot mess. Not at all what I was wanting to do, not at all what I was going for. I'm feeling really, really meh about both of these paintings, which, well, happens. It happens, right? We all have it. So I have been having that kind of weekend, and I haven't really liked anything I've done. And I'm like, you know what? Instead of scraping, which I've done more times than I care to count this weekend. We have a dog barking outside, if you can hear that. I think it's my neighbor's dog. Really going off there. Okay. So anyway, everything I did this weekend, hot mess. I scraped so much. So I'm like, you know what? I want to see what I can do with these. I don't like them, so I'm going to do what I call my silicone, I'm putting this in quotes, Silicone Flick. Now, I don't like using silicone that often in my paintings, but I will be the first to admit that silicone can create really interesting effects, and I do like those effects sometimes. Now, what I'll do occasionally with a painting that kind of turns out like this, a hot mess, I could probably do like a balloon roll or something like that, but I'm terrible at balloon kisses. Anyway, I need to work on that. So I'm going to show you an example of Silicone Flick. I'm going to drop that. Okay. So in this painting, I think it was a flip cup that I just found boring. And so I flicked some silicone on it and things happened. I don't know if you like it or not, but things happened. And I have another one right here. Same thing. In fact, same day, did these to the same. Boring flip cup, not too impressed. And then I flicked some silicone. Is it a work, my greatest work of art I've ever done? No. No, but we won't talk about it. I just dropped that on. But, it's something way more interesting than what I started with. So I'm looking at these. I'm feeling super meh about all of them. I've tilted a lot of my paint off, and I'm going to do a silicone flick. So how do you do a silicone flick? Well, you can take your fingers, which is what I'm going to do, or you could take a popsicle stick. I use this 3-in-1 all-temp silicone. I'm sorry, it's so dirty, you can't read that. And I pour a little bit on my fingers, kind of rub it together, and I flick. And a flick. And as you can see, things start to happen pretty quickly. You can flick multiple times, multiple areas. If you over flick, I don't recommend over flicking. I'm going to stop here. I'm going to stop here. So I put about 3 drops on my fingers, and I rubbed my fingers together, and then I flicked about flick. I'm probably still flicking a little bit. Did about 3 flicks, and this is what you start to get. The cells start to come. They start to come. Because that's what silicone does. It creates cells. And so instead of mixing it into my paint, occasionally, when I'm really just unhappy with my results, I flick it. And I find, actually like doing it this way. And I'm going to tell you why. One, I find that overall in the whole painting, when you do it this way, you've got 2 to 3 drops of silicone max. It's flicked on the top, and I actually don't have a problem needing to clean off my paintings before I varnish them. It dries. That silicone specifically does say it's fast drying, and I have used some hair serums. They do not dry. They leave greasy messes. That silicone, not so much, especially with this method. I would never say don't clean your canvas. I would not be the one to advise that, but I don't, and it's fine. So obviously a bunch of cells came popping up. Also, when you flick it on the top, I find that if I put the silicones in my paints, it almost always sort of like drops through to the bottom of the canvas. I don't like that. I don't like it creating little pitted naked canvas points on it. So this way, because you're flicking it directly on top, you know, you might get 1 or 2 here and there, but you really don't get the canvas pitting either. So I am stretching these out just a little bit. So do I love this? No, I don't know. Is it like less boring and way more interesting now? Yes, yes it is. So again, I did this really just sort of as a last, sometimes I plan on doing this, but honestly, I usually do this when I'm just like, you know what? I'm not feeling this. I'm gonna just see what comes with a flick. Just see if I like it. Because it does, it creates fun stuff. It becomes fun and interesting and lots of stuff happens and I like it sometimes. It's not something I do very often, but it's something I'll do occasionally just so I don't know, I didn't feel like scraping again. We'll see how this dries. They usually dry pretty well too. And it's wacky, it's crazy. I don't know what it looks like. I don't know what's happening, but it's interesting. And those cells might continue to grow a little bit. We'll see. I'm gonna let this sit for a couple minutes and then I will bring you down for a close-up, okay? All right, very messy background. All right, here we come in for a close-up. Some very psychedelic results here. Show you what's going on. So if you enjoyed watching this video of how to salvage a disappointing pour with a silicone flick, go ahead and give this video a like and consider subscribing for more videos. This does have a very psychedelic outcome. Paintings sort of flow together. They don't need to. They can be standalone paintings. It's fine with me. Please do hit that like button and consider subscribing, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.